Okay, so hi everybody. As you can probably tell, I cleaned my desk. Wow. So, a week and 1 day ago was my 17th birthday, and I got these from my friend, but I only got them like 2 days ago because my friend was sick. So, I've used them a little bit, but I decided that I want to make a video with me using them like on camera, kind of, you know. I was gonna originally make a video where I was trying these for like the very first time, but as you probably know by now, I am impatient, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna use them. I mean, I could lie and tell you that this is my first time using them. It's not, but I have to make this abundantly clear. Arrtx did not send me these. I'm not getting anything to make this video. This is just my own personal review of them. This isn't sponsored or anything like that. Okay, with that out of the way, let's go. Also, sorry if I sound insanely nasally. I have had a like cold for the past week. So as you can see, I already started with this, but you know, right around here I started being like, oh, I'm gonna make this video and I'm going to do like a swatch part. I don't know why that took me so long to figure out how to say. So this one has 90 colors. You can see all of them right here, and it comes with, I've seen some other packs that come with stickers that you put like right here, like on the top, but this one already had like the color names on it, but it did come with these. So I'm going to do like a time lapse of me swatching them. So a little bit about these markers. They are the Arrtx Acrylic marker set. There's 90 of them. It is the regular pack, I believe, because they have other packs, like I think they have like an anime pack. This is just the regular one. These are water-based markers, and they can be used on any surface for the most part. I'm using them on rather smooth paper, but most sketchbooks have more rough paper than what I'm using, so if that's an issue for you, it'll probably absorb them better. But and they have a brush tip. Okay, so I'm done with that. That took me excuse me, that took me a little longer than I expected to, but honestly, it was so satisfying, like, doing this and watching, like, the gradient form. I might have already mentioned this on the voiceover, but one of my biggest and one of my only gripes with this is the difference in how some of these colors are labeled to be on the sticker and what their color actually is, because those are, especially with this one, because those are drastically different colors. And if you look at this, when I first saw this, I thought it was like a dark, like a super dark brown, what am I saying? Brown. But it's like, it is the darkest brown. I mean, I guess, I don't know. There was another one. Oh. Like this one, it looks like a dark forest green, and then on here it looks like a sage green, but it's actually like a teal. So, if you are going to use these, I would highly recommend doing something like this, before doing like any full like illustrations or anything like that. So, yeah. So now for what I'm gonna try to draw with these to show you, you know, like how they layer and stuff and how the colors work together. One of my goals for this sketchbook is to push myself out of my comfort zone, and something that I don't draw a lot is like full like scenes or stuff like that. So I wanted, especially when I was doing like these colors, like the grays and stuff, I was thinking of like metal and like armor, and I think I want to do like a fantasy thing. I don't know. I haven't filmed a video in like a month. I like forget how to talk in front of a camera. But is this AI? Please don't be AI. I don't think it's AI, but I might do something like this. you know. I don't really draw like scenery a lot. I mostly just draw people, and when I draw people, it's mostly just ooh, wait, this is actually really pretty. I might, of course it's like AI modified. Hold on, I'm gonna check if this image is AI. Okay, so apparently it wasn't. It still looks a little bit, ooh, wait. See, this is like the creative process. You know, you just like look at a bunch of like random stuff on Pinterest and you're like, I want to draw that, and then you don't have the skills to draw that. Okay, so in my search for a reference, I've found a painter that I previously, before 2 seconds ago, didn't know existed, named Ray Klein. I think I'm pronouncing that right. She makes paintings like this, and I think I'm going to try to do something inspired by that, maybe? Although it might be a little bit difficult because these things dry pretty fast, and if you want to blend, you either have to blend with your finger or do multiple layers, and I haven't done that yet, so it might be good for like pushing myself out of my comfort zone, as I said. But I'm going to make a collage out of like some references and start sketching. Okay, so this is back the to kind of talking stuff about these that markers. I, like, honestly, this
went on, like, a
review
rabbit
is
hole.
not very
I
like
think
organized.
this kind of,
This
like,
is just me like
I don't know what it's
rambling
called.
about my thoughts on the
Art
markers.
that incorporates religion
Keep in
is,
mind I haven't
like,
been using them for that long, so
my favorite thing, like, ever.
my opinion may not be the
So.
best, but whatever. So, especially since I have the 90 pack, I do think that in general they have a very good color variety. Like, there's a lot of different kinds of like yellows and greens and blues and stuff. And I like the different like they have a lot of different saturations of different colors, so it's good for like a lot of different kind of like art styles or like coloring styles, so that's good. But I think my biggest issue is there's like no good skin tones. There's like 3 and they're all like Caucasian type skin tones, I guess. I don't know, but there's really no good dark skin options. The best is probably the like darkest brown that they have, but on paper, like especially surrounded by other colors, it looks very like orange. So unless there's like a good way to like blend them or like make some kind of like different color like shading technique to get better like skin tones that I don't know about, then maybe, but it's very annoying, especially because I have a lot of dark-skinned characters and it's hard to draw them. As for the things I like about them though, as I mentioned already, they are extremely opaque. Like, you can layer white on top of black, like the darkest thing in the set and the like pure white one, and like you don't even have to like go over it. Like, it's that opaque. Also, ignore my hair. So they are very, very opaque, and they're also very vibrant. I've seen some people say that they aren't very streaky. Like, you can't even tell like the like where or like what direction you were drawing in. I have that less than I did with the Poscas, but not as much as I feel like other people were saying. But honestly, I don't really care about streaky art. It doesn't bother me at all. So if that bothers you, then maybe just layer more or get a different set. Also, when you blend them, they don't like the colors. You know how if you like use like alcohol markers, and if you use like a darker or like a lighter color, when the darker color that you're layering it on top of is still like wet, and it'll ruin the like marker, and you have to like color with it a bunch to like get the other color off. That does not happen with the Arrtx markers, and I was really worried that it was, but it wasn't at all, so that is very good. I'm very pleasantly surprised at that. You can layer them and blend them when they're wet, and it won't ruin the markers, which is a really good pro for me. The biggest thing though that I haven't really seen a lot of other people talk about, and this isn't really a pro or con, it's just a thing, and it might be a little more easy to deal with if you have a better grasp of color theory than I do, but color context with this art supply specifically matters a lot more than with any other art supply that I've tried. And what I mean by that is, if you don't know what color context is, it's, if you've ever seen those videos of like, I hate color theory, and it's someone putting like two different colors down and then drawing a line with a different color between those two colors, and the line looks like a different color in the context of each color, it's that. The colors look significantly different when they're layered on top of each other compared to just on regular paper. And I don't really have a good like example of like trying to show that, but they can look like entirely different colors based on where you're using them, way more than with any other art supply that I've tried. So yeah, just be wary of that.
Please focus. Okay. Guys, I'm not being dramatic when I say this might be one of the coolest sketch idea things I've ever had. It's kind of light, but if this sketch gets ruined, oh my goodness, I'm gonna scream.